I'm so excited to meet you in real life. I can't stand it.
I can't stand it.
We've been parasocial friends.
I know.
And also I feel like real friends.
No, for real.
Even though it's only from social.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to meet you in real life.
I cannot, I feel like I've known you genuinely like forever. It's really bizarre I don't know you in real life.
I wonder if it's your eyes that make me feel so, you just have the most like beautiful, like they're really beautiful, but also like friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're like so pretty.
They disappear when I smile because my cheeks push them up.
This is so not in the order of what I was going to ask, but because don't you live in Nebraska? You live in Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
And then are you from there?
No, I'm from California.
From California.
Yeah.
And then what took you to Nebraska?
A boy.
They
always do.
I don't think we're allowed to say it, but
yeah.
Okay, just because there's that little bit.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time.
It's a tale as old as time.
I love moving. Like, was it an impulsive move?
It was like a crash out, but moving to something better. We met in Australia, but then I went to Texas for school, and then he went to Nebraska for a job. And then I hated school, and I was like, I'm never going to use this. I don't want to do it. So then I was like, I'll just move to you because I like you. And then we were engaged that weekend, and then we were married 6 months later.
What? I love that story. Yeah. Wait, and that's still your man?
That's still my man.
That is so sweet.
I know. We've been married for like 8 years and have 2 babies. And 8 years. No, I lied. 7.
I always feel that with relational advice, people will like give this really strong advice. It's like, because if you would have asked a friend back then, like, should I move? And like, sometimes friends have this relational advice.
Yeah.
And I always think that every successful relationship is as unique as the people in it.
Totally.
So it's like, sometimes we have to listen to our intuition.
Totally. Oh yeah. And I was 23. Like if any 23-year-old walked up to me and was like, I'm going to move to another state and get married and have babies pretty much right away, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like with your life, you know what I mean? But it just worked out so, I knew the moment, not the moment I met him actually, because I was in a relationship with somebody when I met him, but I knew the moment that I committed to like being with him, I was like, this is my person. It would be actually so bizarre if I didn't start right now, forever, like right now.
I love intuition.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, now I'm going back onto our planned regular, there's all this. Okay, so now I have a really funny story to tell you. Ready?
Tell me.
Okay, it's like 2022.
Okay.
And I'm at this party in New York.
Okay.
And I see Kate Hudson walk in because we were like, I was there for JV and Hair and she was there for her like company.
Yeah.
And so I see her and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, whatever you do, we're not going to tell her about First Wives Club. Like we will not tell her about how much we love First Wives Club because we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do it.
Because like it's her mom and like, I'm sure that's like annoying for her. And so we're not going to do it. So then I felt this intense pull that required me to go tell her about, I just couldn't fight it anymore.
Of course.
So I walk up to her and I'm like, oh my God, I just have to tell you that First Wives Club was like so incredibly important to me. And I love you so much. And I also like love your mom so much. But I love you so much. And I love Goldie so much. And I just love you so and then she's like, oh my God, I love that movie too. And then I was like, yeah. I was like, Elyse Myers. Like so genius. And she was like, it was Elyse Elliott. And I was like, no, it was Elyse Myers. And she was like, no, it's definitely Elyse Elliott. And then I was like, oh my God, you're so right. It was Elyse Elliott. I'm just thinking of Elyse Myers, my friend from Instagram and TikTok. So yes, I accidentally said your name to Kate Hudson. And so that's like something I'll never be able to escape. And it gives me the cold chills and it makes me want to barf when I think about it because I can't believe that I corrected Kate Hudson about her mom's character's name. But yeah.
My name was in a conversation with Kate Hudson and you in 2022. That was like even years ago. Like, why? What is happening?
Yeah, I was like, Elyse Myers, actually.
How did this happen? How are we
you're
here?
Really in my heart. You're really in my soul.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
If you ever are in Nebraska for no reason and don't even go.
I'm a Midwestern girl too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Wait, where are you from?
Well, I live here, but I'm from Quincy, Illinois originally.
That's right. I remember that. Oh my, okay. I really love the Midwest.
It's so cool.
It is. You can like afford to be there. It's like you can,
Yes.
Like, I'm not like house poor. It's like you can raise a family. It's like just really cool to watch my sons like run around and then I can also hop on a plane and be at work too. So it's like, it's great.
I also think the Midwest gets like there's a lack of awareness for how incredibly diverse and how many like people, it's like, oh, the coastal elites.
Yeah.
But there's so many people who hold the same values as a coastal person as far as like diversity and LGBTQI plus things like reproductive rights, like just appreciating diversity. Like there's so much of that in the Midwest that we miss and doesn't get acknowledged.
Yeah. I think it's just like the voices that are louder sometimes can seem like they're bigger, but it's
because like 45% still a lot.
Yeah,
like
it's
40%
a lot.
Still a lot of people.
Yeah, totally. It's a lot of people. And the Midwest has a lot, like Omaha's population is gigantic. Like even, I mean, you can get into all of like the stats of it, but like the population in Omaha is like almost, what is it? It's like larger than all the other cities combined, like just in that one small, tiny
And
little
it gets
dense
its own
place.
voting block.
I know.
Yeah.
We get
which
our
is
own.
hot.
It's really
I really
cool.
like that.
Me too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It is.
Okay, we have to see what I was going to say in the first place. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is so natural. How are you grounding yourself these days? Especially as life has gotten bigger and busier. And Queen, this book is so incredible and such a huge congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
This is your debut.
This is first. It came out today. First book. Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah,
I can't believe. Am I your first interview about it? No,
a couple.
But I'm in like the top 10.
No, today. I mean, this is a big deal. Like, I woke up today forgetting like people are actually going to go into a store. I'm doing the tour, but like I forgot people are going to walk into a store and see it. And I just, my husband right now is in I don't know if, can I say Target?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Target with my sons because he wanted to have our sons see that their mom is on the shelf at a Target. And I'm like so excited to see the videos of him after this. It's so cute.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm going to cry. You can't tell me
It's
that.
such a massive accomplishment, and that is so sweet. And I literally feel it radiating out of your like soul. It's so beautiful.
That is probably the coolest thing I've ever made in my life. Besides my kids, is like it's genuinely every single detail about that book is my heart and soul. Like the photo I took in the front.
So you literally photographed this.
So I didn't take that picture. I took the sunflowers that's being projected onto me, and I designed that set. And then this was like my vision for the cover. And then when you take the jacket off, it's the same, but it's outlined. Oh, that's my desk.
This is so amazing too.
That's my desk.
I want this like framed.
So then go to the back. That's my desk at night.
Oh shit! Elyse,
isn't that cool?
I literally, this is like, and did you wait?
All of it. Yeah.
So you sing, you edit, you write, and you draw.
Yeah.
You were like a literal quintuple threat of artistry.
Thank you.
I really have so much respect for drawers.
Yeah. It's also, by the way, on the shelves.
Figure skates.
So all those are things from stories in the book.
What's the figure skate story?
It's called When Things Go Without Saying, then they never get said, and sometimes people need you to say them. So to know what the fuck is happening, that's like the base of the story. And this girl, I used to take notes on people at my jobs because the job was easy, but I wanted to like be able to learn the people. And so my friend that I worked with me found the notebook, and it was just notes on all my coworkers, and she's like, what the fuck? like, what? Like,
why are you taking notes on us?
Yeah, she's like, do you take notes on anything else or just us? And I wrote, she was telling me a story, and I wrote, ice skater, limbs got too long. And and she was like going to be like an Olympic skater. And she told me the story about how like she literally like her limbs got too long and she injured herself and then had like a career-ending injury.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it was like I thought it was such a beautiful story because she just was like telling me this, and now she like works in hotels and so anyways, I was like, that encompassed so much of her personality, that dedication and that fierceness, but like I didn't want to stand there and be writing notes on her, so I just wrote ice skating, like limbs got too long, and that's what she found, and then she was like offended by it. So I had to explain that I'm like really bad at people, but they build these like maps of themselves. So then I like drew her map in there of like her religion and family and things she does for other people and all that.
And then she was like, that's so sweet.
That's weird. That's weirder. Yeah.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah. It was weird. It's hard. I think like people feel if you do it wrong, like you're studying them and like they're like a caged animal kind of situation. I have to like learn how to, that's literally the story, is like I have to learn how to approach and deal with people in a way that makes them comfortable, but also I feel like I'm myself in it, and I'm also able to like engage in relationship authentically. And so that's hard as a neurodivergent person. It's really difficult.
I was just talking to I also have ADHD.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to one of my best friends yesterday about how I saw this video on TikTok, and the guy was like, I'm sorry, I ask for your address all the time. And it was like, even though we've been best friends for like 20 years, and I go to your house, like, and there are questions that I will ask her, and she's like, or I'm like, do you know this person? And she's like, I've met them with you like 55,000 times.
My memory, dude, it's like it just resets.
But then sometimes I have this like
I know
crazy good memory.
Yeah.
And then in other times, it's like if it's a niche figure skating or gymnastics thing, it's locked in.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yes.
But then if it's like something kind of that's not life or death,
yes,
then I don't.
Yes. That is my whole, I mean, those stories like are really niche memories, but literally like I will say the same thing to Jonas over and over. He's like, I've heard that story already. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's so patient with me because I'm like, how many times am I going to tell you this story? Like a million.
My husband does that to me too. He's like, you've told me this like 19 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know,
and they listen every time.
right?
Yeah. I know. I'm practicing my material on you. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. It's stand up basically.
I accidentally just screamed in the microphone because I'm so excited that you're here. Okay, wait. So you talk really honestly about self-awareness in your work. Where do you feel most like yourself right now?
Ooh, like, do you mean what art form or like in my life?
Is it on social or is it in writing? Is it singing?
It's that's a really good question. I think it's probably in writing. I think the way I look sometimes gets in the way of me feeling like myself in a lot of the ways. Like, because with content, visual content, it's not just what you're making, but it's like how you look in the video as well that matters. Not that it should, but like it's just a conscious thing that I'm aware of like, do I look okay? Am I dressed okay? Are people going to think I'm pretty? Like things I don't care about in normal life. Like when I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm not thinking about that. But when it goes off into the internet, I think that sometimes it can be hard where I'm like overthinking things I shouldn't and don't care about. So writing, it really allows me to just feel like I'm like, none of that is there. I just get to be myself in the words. And what's really cool about writing is I'm taking an invisible thing in my mind, putting it on paper, and you're reading it, and I just put it in your mind, and I'm like, that's cool.
That is so cool. Wait, did you do the audiobook too, I hope?
I did.
Yeah, because I mean, your voice, I'm into it.
Really?
Yeah, mellifluent.
Oh.
That's a good word, right?
A word.
Is that what that means? Like, it's like a nice sounding voice, I think is what that means.
I love, people say I have an NPR voice, like the voice for NPR radio.
Which I think is kind of also that, because you need to have like a good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a face for radio.
No, you also, no, but I was just thinking when you said that, I would never think that, because you always look so cute, but maybe that's because you're worried, or you're not worried about it, but you're thinking about it. So you're like,
no, it's not, I don't edit myself or change myself to look differently. It's just a thought of like, that thinking, that thought process gets me in the way sometimes of my enjoyment of it, if that makes sense. But it doesn't change what I do.
I joke with myself that I have like reverse shallow Hal disease for myself. Like I always think that I look really cute.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
And then I'm like,
as you should. That's exactly how confident you should be.
But then sometimes when like I'll make a video about something and then I'm like, wow, wait, no, you're like a hair care brand founder and you're just out here with like my edges all fuzzy with like a George Washington founding fathers ponytail.
The founding fathers ponytail, dude. Oh my gosh. I hate when I get caught in a picture like that. Because in my mind, when I have a low pony, I'm like, I look chic. I look like red carpet pulled together. No, it's like, and then it zooms out and it's like the whistle recorder, like
it's full Patriot.
Yeah, 100%.
Full the Patriot.
100%.
I did just make a video about this though, and I think that the trick is the top has to be like really fucking sleek. Like you can have no volume. It has to be like flat.
I can't do that.
And then low.
I have never done a slick back like that.
But if there's volume and a low pony, that's what makes it the Patriot.
But what about the, like, I mean, if you pulled it back right now and did the little...
it's the Patriot. It's the Patriot. It has to be like sleek. Which you remember this movie, The Patriot? Yeah. For me a lot. Do you remember when like that oldest son dies and then the wife is like, how fucking could you, Mel? And then like,
I don't think
he has this little like low pony. Yeah. Cause I think cause he wants to fight for like the Americans. And the mom's like, no, you're too young. And then he gets fucking killed in that battle. And they're like,
oh my God.
And then she's like, Mel. And I just, that movie was like really good.
No.
That was a good movie. And you know, it was also another really good Mel Gibson movie. And I'm so sad that he just like crashed and burned. What Women Want. Like when he was like in those pantyhose.
Oh my God.
With
that
Helen
is a
Hunt,
classic.
Shirtless.
Classic.
I think I accidentally humped a couch pillow to that movie when I was in like ninth grade. Like he was so hot back then.
I love that for you.
And now he's just angry.
He's angry. What's a guilty pleasure movie? Not guilty pleasure. I don't believe in guilty pleasures.
No.
I don't feel guilty about my pleasures.
Yeah.
But like what's a movie that you like to watch often? Another one.
My Best Friend's Wedding.
Good
But it's just so not guilty. Like it's just like it only makes me feel good.
Yeah.
But talk about another guy who I really wanted to love me growing up was like that was Rupert Everett. I just thought he was part of my gay awakening when he was like slinks like a cat like across the floor like when he calls Julie at the end. And she, like I was just like, ooh, he is giving it to me.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. I love that for you.
What about yours?
Right now it's 10 Things I Hate About You.
What a classic.
I love like an enemies to lovers. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so down bad for like enemies to lovers.
And then remember like how in Brokeback Mountain, he was like, I don't like that homophobic question. He was like such a nice man.
Yeah, he was so kind. I loved, him.
Okay, wait. It's so hard for me to like ask. Actually, I just want to chat with you forever.
We can.
Ooh.
It's your podcast.
What would you want people to understand about who Elyse Myers is behind the camera?
It's a good question. To be honest, it's pretty much the same person you're seeing on camera. I think I've been so intentional with that, is like, I've tried really, really hard to make sure that the person that's in another state is watching me and knowing that like that's who I am. And then when they meet me in person, like the biggest compliment someone could give me is like, you're exactly how I thought you were on the internet, or like what I had hoped. But besides that, I think that I would want people to know that like I'm so deeply obsessed with what I do and I love it so much. And I really, really care about it. And so the content that I make, I spend so much time with it because I want it to like make a difference in people's lives. And so when people come up to me and they share their stories and stuff, I'm like, I'm so grateful that you shared that with me, because that was the point when I sat down to like edit this together. So that's what I would want them to know, I think.
Better Babes, we have news. We're introducing a new segment into the podcast. It's called the Docket Drop, and it's in partnership with Americans United. You know how much we love them. We're going to be giving you updates on the Supreme Court, what's going on with our democracy, and how you can help. Think of this segment as your monthly update from the people that are literally fighting the fights in the courtroom. They are having the discussions. They are leading the charges on a local level. This is your download. This is your update. And just the ground rules on Americans United. This is not about being anti-religion. It's about being the freedom to choose your religion or not choose your religion on a federal level. This is about every family getting to decide what they believe without the government deciding for them. AU is working every day to protect your freedom of religion or your freedom from religion, no matter your beliefs, background, or how you identify. So let's get into what they're fighting for this month. And it's a lot. First off, in Texas, if you're a big listener of the podcast, you know that we've been covering the 10 Commandments bill that they passed. Wowzers. I mean, honest to God, wowzers. That's like, wow. In Texas, politicians are trying to force their religion onto public schools. You guys, my notes are right here, just so that we're clear, okay? They're trying to require the Protestant version of the 10 Commandments. Not Protestant. They're trying to require that the Protestant version of the 10 Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. They're pushing state-created textbooks that rely on Christianity as the default belief system. And they're forcing school districts to vote on whether they should start a daily prayer time in public schools. And it's as if schools don't have enough challenges already between being underfunded, understaffed, and having daily issues with safety. Now we're going to mandate that they have prayer time. AU and partner organizations have filed lawsuits to challenge the constitutionality of the 10 Commandments bill. So we're following that closely as it proceeds in court. Americans United is so committed to this work and believes that it is so important because the government should not be telling children what religion they should believe in, and it shouldn't be mandating what spirituality or religion we are practicing in public taxpayer-funded schools. Public schools are extensions of our publicly funded tax system, which means that if there is a Jewish child, an agnostic child, an atheist child, a Buddhist child, a Hindu child, any kid that's not a Christian, we're paying. You don't need me to explain it. That makes sense, right? I know, we're on the same page. Americans United believes that families, both religious and non-religious, have the right to define what religion works best for them and what their relationship to religion is, and don't believe that it should be forced upon them in public schools. And the Constitution itself protects the freedom of religion, and we don't believe that church-state separation is this anomaly or this thing that shouldn't exist. We should have the separation of church and state, and that should be enforced. And that's why Americans United is working so hard to keep that firewall in place. And that's also why they need your support. And also, we're very grateful for their support on the podcast. We love them, we love their team, and we think that you should support and maybe even start a chapter where you live. Now, the resistance is alive and it's working, and we want to give you some good silver linings, some good news that we're following. You guys, I'm just going to read this off my computer because I want to get it all right. Clergy of multiple faiths, non-religious families, teachers, parents, and students are saying, this is not your decision to make for us. And guess what? They're winning. Courts have repeatedly recognized that forcing religious instruction in public schools is unconstitutional. The second story that we're watching is out of Colorado. It's Childs v. Salazar. The reason this matters is that this case could make conversion therapy legal in Colorado again. Conversion therapy, in case we needed the reminder, is discredited, psychologically harmful, and used historically to shame, control, and traumatize LGBTQ people. If the court sides the wrong way, it could set a precedent that threatens LGBTQ rights across the country. I also think what's really important to deal with here is that historically conversion therapy did involve physical therapy. There was electromagnetic shock. There was literal lobotomies. Conversion therapy has a deeply violent history. So this isn't this idea of threatening free speech. If conversion therapy was just people talking to people, that would be one thing. But conversion therapy is not just talking to people. It deeply intertwines physical torture with therapy. It is not therapy. It is literally violence. This Supreme Court does seem poised to allow that to come back into practice. So we'll have to watch and see how that goes. They really love states' rights, especially if it's for controlling women or hurting queers. So if you want to learn more, if you want to learn about how to make sure that the separation between church and state is viable and strong, please support Americans United with your time, with your finances. You can start a chapter where you live. I'm so inspired by their work and so excited to continue partnering with them. And we'll keep updating you on what's happening with Americans United and some of the cases that we've updated you on so far. I have a follow-up there. So yes. I feel that too, like when people are like, oh my God, you're just exactly how I thought you would be. But then there's also this pressure of like, when you don't feel yourself.
Totally.
And because I really struggle with time management. So sometimes like, especially if I'm going to a job, sometimes I'll already be late. And then if I run into, like literally when I was on my way here today, I really did not want you to beat me here. So I was like trying to get here first.
I was late,
And
sorry.
then this lady, thank God. And then this lady was like, oh my God, I love you so much. And then she started to share this like long story. And I was like, Queen, I love you so much. And I'm so excited to take a selfie with you. And I'm not trying to be a bitch, but I'm currently 4 minutes late for this.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like be, but like, let's please take a pic. I love you so much.
Yeah.
But I can tell when the story's going to be like long as shit
100%.
and really like heartfelt. And even saying this now, like I feel bad saying it, but sometimes you don't. And so how do you kind of nurture yourself through that?
It's hard, to be honest. I'm not good at it. It's really hard because I know I'm so keenly aware that like this is probably the only time this person will ever get to meet somebody that they really want to meet. And like, it's hard for me to understand that I am that person for them because that disconnect, because I don't do it in front of people. Like, I record on my phone and then I meet them later. So it's like, whoa, I'm so honored that you feel that way about me. And also it's hard because of what I create. A lot of the content is like mental health based or, people found me when they were like in a deep depression and they want to tell me about how my videos like helped them in that. And it's hard because I wear it. I am like, I'm very empathetic in the way where I want you to know that like you've got all of my attention. And I am so bad at cutting people off. It's like I have to have someone pull me away. Essentially, like someone's always at my side at events because it's like Elyse is not going to stop this person from talking because I'm there. I want you to know I gave it my all if I could,
Yeah.
But you don't, like you were saying, you don't always have that time. And so I think that I've had to become okay with the fact that like they are allowed to feel that way. They're allowed to like express how they feel, but I don't have to take it with me. It's actually not my job to, and they're not asking me to. It's like that emotional burden is not mine to hold. I have to like honor that space of that conversation and then like walk away from it. Like I can't think about it again.
You're describing selective permeability. What? I write about this and I think about it a lot when it's like some things you can let in and like attach to you
100%.
And then other things you don't have to.
Yeah.
And it's like having that barrier because if it's just fully permeable all the time, like I couldn't live.
No.
And I think especially for like an empathic person, that is really important. So it's good to know that like I'm not the only one that struggles with this.
No, it's hard. And to be honest, it's hard too because I went through so many seasons of my life where I was absolutely just like cold as ice because like, when you're like a traumatized human being, your brain is like, listen, we're not going to let anything in, anything out. Like it's just not safe to do that. And so I think that I almost flew the opposite direction where it's like, I don't want that for my life. I don't want to be old and sad and stone cold. Like I don't like that. And so then I felt like it was my life's mission to undo that. And then I went too far the other way. And then it's like you become this like trampling ground for people, people pleaser. And it's like, I don't want that for myself either.
I'm recovering from people pleasing.
How do you work on that?
I'm really in the process. So like even with like selfies, my husband used to make fun of me because I 99.9% of the time will take the selfie. I'll even like offer.
Right. Usually that gets things going too.
But there has been some times where like I think I can count on like 2 hands in my career where I've been like, I'm so sorry. I just like don't feel up to it. Like I just literally don't. And then for days after that, I will be like, I should find their Instagram. I feel so bad. I wonder what Mark, do you know what their name was?
Oh my gosh,
like we should try to find them.
Yeah.
And so then Mark is like, from now on, even if you feel like you're knocking on death's door, like no matter how bad something was, we're just gonna take the picture because it's worse. Like this you like ruminating about it for days. So then I went into that. And so now I basically do always do that. Unless the person's like, I don't know who you are, but I saw someone else taking a picture of you.
I hate that.
So that person, that type of person, I have no qualms about being like, no.
Have you ever had someone hand you their phone and say, Google yourself? I don't know who you are.
No. That is really intense.
I was at a bar and there was like essentially became like a meet and greet at this bar. And I was like, fine, I love that. Let's all take a shot together, you know? But then one person walked up and was like, I don't know who you are, and handed me their phone. It was like, Google. Yes.
Yeah, it was really, it's giving man.
Google, he's like, Google yourself so I can search you up later. And I'm like, no.
Why don't you go fist yourself to death, motherfucker? That's what I'd say.
I just felt really like, this made me so uncomfy. It made me so uncomfortable.
I gave you the best comeback if that ever happens again.
Go fist yourself to death?
Yes. Yeah.
That's why
I hope someone else gets you saying it. And I hope that, like, because I think it would be really good, you know?
Could you imagine me out and just in the wild being like, go fist yourself to death?
Okay, in my mind as well, your blow dry is like kind of exactly like it is right now, but it's in front of your ear, so it's really cunty. Yeah, and almost like wind blowing as you say it. Pretty, right?
Yes, like, yes, no, I love it. I love it.
So pretty.
The heavens just open up and it's just like doves.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
If you're really enjoying this conversation right now and you want more of it, don't be afraid to like get into our Patreon game. Okay, Patreon's here. We're gonna do like, I have a really exciting rapid fire for our Patreon.
I'm so excited.
So if you're vibing this, get into that.
Yay.
So you've spoken openly about being diagnosed with ADHD. Then you were diagnosed with autism as an adult. What has that experience been like once you had language for differentiating the two and being diagnosed with autism?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought it wasn't going to change anything because like I was getting diagnosed because it's easier to get a child diagnosed if a parent has a diagnosis. The wait list for an autism diagnosis is like years sometimes. It's a year. It's so long. And luckily I live in the Midwest, so it just was easier to get in. And I thought it's not going to change anything if it was a yes or a no. But as soon as I got that diagnosis of like, I'm autistic, it just was like, I was just looking back at so many things in my life of like, oh, that like little Elyse genuinely deserved to be like protected and made accommodations for. Like the amount of times I just like struggled through things because I thought I was stupid. Like I was a bad student. I was a bad reader. I like got bad grades and like I didn't understand people. And I felt like just there was a switch in me that was like not turned on and everyone else's was. And it just made me have so much, I think, compassion for myself and having language and also being like something like pathological demand avoidance. It's called PDA. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's like if it's kind of that joke of like, well, I was going to do it, but then you told me to do it. So no, but in a major way, in ways that don't make sense. So anything, any type of like pressure I feel relationally, like if I feel like you just are expecting my time and attention in a way that makes me uncomfortable or I don't have time to give, I will essentially avoid you. And it's like, I don't want to do that. Like I have best friends that I love so much, but for some reason the expectation of connection makes me feel like I'm already behind and I'm not giving enough. And so it's like, I just like run away from it. So things like that, or like my hyperfixations, it's like, I'm obsessive for sure, but like, it's not just this thing where it's like, wow, Elyse really likes kimchi right now. It's like, no, something in my brain right now is like latching onto this idea, and that hyperfixation feeds parts of me that need to be fed. And so sometimes it's kimchi, sometimes it's crochet, sometimes it's curly hair, sometimes it's a random tutorial on YouTube that I love. And, it's allowed me to know myself without language. And it's also allowed me to explain myself to others for them to love me as best as they possibly can. I deserve that. And I deserve to give people around me that as well, that opportunity. So that language has genuinely been like life-changing.
If there's anyone who does feel like crossovers or like Venn diagrams of like, wait, me too. How would you suggest to them, like, how did you get your diagnosis? How would you like suggest navigating that for someone?
Well, to be honest, like, I think especially as a parent and seeing yourself in another person, like you don't, oh, my stomach's growling. You don't realize how much of your younger self like needed just to be like seen and like helped. And so when I watched like my sons, they've not been diagnosed. We've not gotten to that point. They're too young at this point to like really see anything, but I just wanted to get it on the books if it ever got to that.
Come on, proactive.
Yeah, we got it. I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to give them what they need because I just didn't get that when I was their age. And so I would say genuinely, like, just watch their development. And if you see things in them that are like you're like it. I mean, it's very, the genetics of it are very like, I'm not a doctor. And so this is not medical advice, but it's very likely that if you are neurodivergent, you will pass that in some way onto your children. And so it's cool though, but it's like this connection point to your kids as well. It's like, it's okay. I wanted them to know as well. And I know I'm all over the place right now with this answer, but I wanted them to know that like it was worth it to me to know myself. And so it's worth it for them to put that work in as well. And it was worth it for me to know me so that they could know them if they ever go through the diagnosis process, which is it's long and it's really painful, to be honest. Like you have to talk. And it's like over the course of like 6 months, and you have to talk for like hours each time. And you essentially have to like give people around you surveys for them to like grade you as a person and their experience with you. So like my husband had to do this for me. And it was like, how good is she at tasks like around the house?
Do you have to see what they say? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't have to, but
like, I just want my doctor to look at. Like, I don't want to look at the grades.
Yeah, well, it's not like grading. It's like a scale from 1 to 10. Like, how well does Elyse handle daily house tasks like laundry or dishes, or like not just anything. Like, how good is she at texting back, phone calls? Is she like? But the hard part is, especially as a woman, it presents very differently. And I've been masking my whole life, so a lot of it is like he's gonna. I look like somebody that. I'm struggling inside. I'm dead inside, but like everything's done. And we had a great conversation, and now I have to lay down for 2 days, but nobody sees that part of it. And so it's interesting, the process, because they are going to answer one way as the masked version of you is being assessed, and then you are answering another way, and then they have to compare and be like, what is perception versus reality? Ooh. And then it's like, are you grading yourself harder because you're like self-deprecating, or like, is this the other person's more accurate, or is it the masking? They have to do a bunch of them for a bunch of people, and it's really, really painful.
One of the core themes that you write about in the book is acceptance. Mm-hmm. So important. We love acceptance.
We love it.
And not as settling, but as seeing yourself clearly. How did that shift happen for you?
Man, I think when I stopped running away to like find a better me somewhere else, I think like in the last story is kind of that idea of like, maybe there, like instead of like capital H and capital T, like here and there, and like maybe there will be better wherever there is. And the next place I go is like, that's going to be the place that I stop hating myself and I'm happy, and all of a sudden it's like money is just going to land in my lap, and I'm going to have so many friends, and I'm going to dress better. Probably that version of Elyse is going to have great hair, and she's going to finally become a runner, and she's going to like get her finances together. It's all of it. And like, I just got so tired of like waiting for this acceptance of myself, because I was like almost kind of also waiting for others to give me that permission as well. And I just didn't have a lot of people in my life at that point that were like, that could really coach me. And like, I didn't have a lot of like older people in my life that could really give me advice. And I just felt like I was kind of drowning a lot of the time, and not really drowning, but like floating in the middle of an ocean, kind of like, I don't know where to swim. And I just got to a point where I was like, I can't really live my life like that. I don't think I'm going to make it to a very old age if I continue feeling that way. And like, in the last story in the book, I have finished a story that, I'm going to cry. I finished a story I started when I was 13. No, not 13. Sorry. It was like 8 or something like that. And then I ended up like trying to write it again at 13. But I started it, and it's essentially, like, I'm just going to spoil it probably, but like I started, and it's like this girl's like going on a road trip and she thinks it's going to like change her life. Cynthia's running away from home. She's the only person who knows that. And in the end of this book, I finished it, and it's like the part that I wrote when I was little is like in blue pen, and the part I wrote at 32 is in black pen. And it was like she found home in someone else, or she found home in herself, then she found home in someone else, and then she fell in love with staying. And it's like this idea of like, I just got really tired of running away from myself, and I just was like, wherever I end up, I really want to like be there on purpose, like wherever that is, like in me. And then it just, when I learned how to do that, my life just opened up in such a major way, because then I got to give that gift of like myself to the people around me and be like, I'm here now. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to let you love me and hurt me and know me and leave me if you want. And I can't stop people from feeling how they feel about me. It's like, I've got to just like accept myself and that is exactly as I am right here and not there. And so, yeah, this book is genuinely the process of in little tiny stories that don't seem to make sense, how I went through that journey. And then it ends of me finding Jonas. And you know, when you meet your person and all of a sudden you're sitting at a coffee and you're sharing like this random story that it comes out of nowhere, but it's like this really good way of them getting to know you. That's what that is like random stories. And then I meet Jonas, and it's like, oh, all that kind of makes sense now. Because that's how it feels when you find somebody that you love, but you're also somebody that you love in that relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just been a really big journey. And so I'm really proud of myself. And then releasing that and getting to share that with people. And also like I dedicated it to like my young self who I'm like, I'm finishing what you started. You're a writer. Oh. And so it's like, yeah, it's a big deal. This book is like so much different than just like, yeah, it's a story about my life. It's just like, here, I did this in my life, and then I made it look really cool, and it's really creative, and I want you to experience this. And I hope that you go on that journey too, if you haven't yet. And so it's cool.
It's really just, the creativity is off the chain.
Thank you.
It's so amazing.
Thank you.
I think it's really, one part of your story that I really want to make sure that we get is parenting. Like, we have so many parents that listen, and I am so grateful to parents, because I'm good at raising cats and dogs.
I love that.
I don't know if I will ever have like the emotional capacity to like be a parent.
Yeah,
but thank God for the people that are and are doing it, because like, yes, the continuation of the human race is so important, and I just don't think I got it in me.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that. But I think for me, knowing my neurodivergence, I just especially respect parents that are neurodivergent while handling like their own life. So
yeah, it's so much.
Parenting while neurodivergent is something many people navigate quietly. What has that journey looked like for you, and how can people ask for help when they need it?
Oh my gosh. Well, the journey has been a lot of shame, because first of all, yeah, a lot of shame, because there's so many expectations of like, I shouldn't be angry at my son. He's crying because like he fell, but now he can't calm down because his brain is like 2 years old. And so 2-year-old brains, like, they don't know how to process things, and they get hurt, and they're hurt all day now, you know, they're crying. And so it's like that noise, the noise, it just wears on me. I get so overstimulated. I like hide in a pantry. I break down crying. Like, there's just so much.
The noise. No offense to babies and toddlers.
It's too much.
That's a lot.
It's too much.
Because even just my dog's like not like relenting, not barking, but like that's not the same. Like a person is like, oh my God.
It's no matter what, the constant overstimulation of their being touched and then the sensations of their hands, and then like, and the smell, all of it. It's like, it's pretty much a neurodivergent like nightmare.
Yes.
And luckily I have found a partner that, when Jonas goes like, every good thing that you love about August, he's like, I look at you and I feel all of those things. So the reason I get overstimulated or something, it's like, I have a partner that taps in and he's like, I know that this is a lot for you. Go to the room and just chill. Like, put your earplugs in and lay down, and I've got them, because like, I know this is a lot. And man, to undo the shame of just like parenting culture, as well as just my own personal self feeling like what I don't want to do is redo what I experienced. And so then I feel more pressure, you know, to like be better and more present and less angry and all of that. And it's like, I'm just going to get it wrong if I try and be perfect at it. And I'm going to drive myself crazy. And so having a partner or somebody around you that can know you and what your triggers are as getting overstimulated and just needing a break, all of that. Even if you're not neurodivergent, you need a break. Like, you need people in your life that can help, be the fun, cool aunt or uncle that comes over and like plays with your kid. And you're like, I'm going to go hide in my pantry for a second. Or do you want to take shots with me? I don't know. And so it's just cool to have a community, if you can, at least even just like one person that can know you and speak life into you and say like, you're doing a great job, I think is really important. And not everybody has that, which is like a really big bummer. And I wish I could just go out and be that for every single person that doesn't have that community. But I think that the takeaway is like, whatever you can do to accommodate for yourself and not feel pressure to do it any other way is like really important, as well as design your life in a way that works for you. So for me, I'm not a stay-at-home parent. My husband is. I work. And the amount of like August just thinks all daddies stay home and all all parents are just like, stay. And then so he's like, it's funny because like we have a neighbor and that he just started playing. Like he's getting into like Friends now, which is really fun. Like
because how old is August?
He's 4.
Oh my god!
And he'll play like basketball with like 13-year-olds, and they're so kind to him, and they like lift him. I saw the kid like lifting him up, and he's like doing the basket. It's so sweet. But he's like, sweet, his mommy doesn't work, and I'm just like, every family's so different, buddy. It's so cool. And so we've just designed our life in a way that works best for us. And you really just have to do that. You have to really commit to like knowing everybody's like dynamic and knowing what a win would look like for your family and everybody in it. Yeah, and then just giving yourself a break. It's a lot of noise.
For someone right now who feels like they're either too much or not enough, what would you want them to hear?
That's a really good question. Whether they're too much or not enough. I think that you need to get better people in your life that can give you a better, accurate representation of who you are, because the right people in your life speaking over you and reminding you of who you are will not make you feel that way. And I think that when people are made to feel like too much or not enough, it's like you've had hurt people in your life that couldn't get something from you that they wanted, or don't know how to like love people outside of themselves and are selfish and focused on themselves and can't understand that like some people are just the way that they are. And I would say like you need more people in your life that can give you an accurate representation of who you are. And if you don't have that, you first of all, you have to become that for yourself for sure.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I just think that it's the world is made up of a bunch of voices that are just trying to make you feel like whatever you're doing at that point is wrong, no matter what it is. And it's like for you to just like feel like, no, I'm okay just as I am. I don't need to fix anything. I don't need to like delete parts of my personality or add more or buy more or do more. And like, it's just really frustrating to me that people walk around feeling like, if I could just fix this one thing, or if I, and it's just like, no, dude, no, that's exactly the story in the book of like, maybe there I'll be happy. And like, maybe there people will love me exactly as I am. And so that didn't really answer your question, but like.
It starts with the relationship with yourself.
100%. Yeah.
Because I feel like mostly that fear of like feeling too much or not enough, it starts within us.
Yeah.
And not to name drop, but Dion von Furstenberg did once tell me, she said that the relationship that you have with yourself, and listeners, if you listen to this a lot, you're going to know what I'm going to say.
Love.
But the relationship that you have with yourself is the most important one that you'll ever have, because that's how you relate to the world around you. So
totally.
I do think if you have that feeling, it's like getting into a better relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Investigating that. And your book does such a good job of investigating your relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that how we relate to people, it allows us to like relate to ourselves better. So it's just another good reason to get this book.
Yeah.
It's really such a beautiful, and also just sidebar, the texture of this cover is the nicest, most gratifying, like.
Do you know how many pieces of paper I sat and felt to get that one? Because I was like, no, I literally said, I want someone to walk up on a bookshelf and go like this. I want them to be like, this feels so good.
It feels so different.
I know.
Sidebar, I have to tell you,
Please.
When I wrote my first book, Over the Top, I in 6th grade wrote this like report that no one asked me to write. It wasn't even a school assignment. And I got it in like this like really nice like book. Like I went to like Ben Franklin and like got like this like really nice like blank book. And I wrote a report about the Bill Clinton sex investigation. And I also was surprisingly conservative. I was like, listen up, Bill Clinton. Like kids don't like liars. And we know that you would like that. And I drew this like political cartoon in the middle of it. And I really thought that like someone was going to publish that book as a fourth grader. And I made my mom like make copies of it. And we sent it to like all these publishers. And obviously no one ever, actually one person did write back and like how cute and funny. But I put that book in my book because I wanted my children.
Like, please.
So I love that both of us were like healing our inner child with like putting our like child's work in our books. I think it's so beautiful and cute of us.
That is so cute.
Isn't that funny?
I love that.
It was
oh my
outrageously
gosh.
conservative.
Do you still have the original though?
Yes, my mom has it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And I had to send it to the publisher to get it in there. Yeah, so that's where we took it off of.
Did you scan it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like smaller, like in the book. Yeah.
That's really cute.
Creatively, I just am so inspired by, I'm so inspired by you.
Thank you.
Guys, get this book. It's out now. And if you're just like falling butt crazy in love with Elyse over the last like hour, we're going to do a little Patreon rapid fire fun sesh after this if you want to join along. Elyse, thank you so much for coming. We love you so much.
Can I just tell you, you're really, really good at what you do. You're really good at this.
Really?
Yes.
I've worked really, because, you know, it used to be that we didn't do it in person. It was like Zoom.
Yeah.
So it has been really hard for my neurodivergence to like here.
It's a lot.
What am I?
And there's people watching. It's a lot.
Well, Chris really wants me to do better at like not burying my face in the cards as I'm asking questions, which I'm not getting better at. But hopefully life is long and we love you.
Yeah.
And we love you. And we'll see you next week on Getting Better.
Yeah.
We love you.
Love you too.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much.